Hello everyone. I am Saurav Kumar, a faculty at KP Architecture classes. I have done my bachelor's in architecture from NIT Jaipur and master's in planning from IIT Kharagpur. And I will be helping you in preparing for NATA and JEE exams. First, let's have an overview of these exams. Then we'll go into details like we will look for the structure of exams, various sections you need to focus upon, types of questions asked, and how we will assist you in each step of preparation. So let's start with a brief overview of both NATA and JEE exam. As you already know, let's say this side is NATA and this side is JEE. So both of these are conducted twice every year. And the conducting authorities are Council of Architecture, that is COA, or NTA, that is National Testing Agency. Now, NATA is conducted in April and June, in which you can see that 10th April, the first phase of NATA is already conducted, whereas the 12th June, which was scheduled for NATA for second phase, is now postponed to 11th of July. So now this one would be on 11th July. This JEE is conducted in February and May. Of this 11th July, you will also get your result by 15th of July. So a very quick process there. These are, we can say, similar tests. The reason being, these are similar tests in terms of their course content, in terms of their preferences, in terms of what they expect from the student. But let's see the structure of both of them. It's like in NATA, you will have 3 hours. Same for JEE. Now in these 3 hours, you will be asked 125 questions for 200 marks. Whereas in these 3 hours, you will be asked 82 questions. And the weightage of that would be 400 marks. So this is an overview. Let's get into a bit detail, like how these 82 questions or the 125 questions, they are divided. So first, if we look at JEE, we have 82 questions and 400 marks. Now in JEE exam, it has 3 sections. First is maths, then you have aptitude. Now in this aptitude, you can think of both the aptitudes, the general aptitude and the architectural aptitude. So in general aptitude, they can ask you questions on like reasoning, questioning. They can ask you about your logical reasoning and basic ability. Or for architectural aptitude, they can ask you questions related to architecture. All these questions we will discuss. And the third section that we have is of drawing. So the weightage and the division of these marks and the questions is that in maths, they will ask you 30 questions for 100 marks. In aptitude, they'll ask you 50 questions for 200 marks. And in drawing, they will ask you 2 questions for 100 marks. So in this, you can see that your aptitude is, you can say, the most important one because it carries half of the weightage of entire exam of 200 marks. This math section that we have, it for your JEE paper 2, this math section is of the level of your JEE paper 1. Same high level, same concepts that you study in your 11th and 12th and which you are expected at JEE level. Like questions could be asked on your set theories, on your permutations and combinations, on your integrations, differentiations. All these concepts, questions could be asked on them. For the aptitude part, there are two basic types. In aptitude, there are also different categories. Like, if I can write here, so for aptitude, you have visualization of 3D objects, in which they can give you a 3D object and they can ask you to count the surfaces, to count the vertices, to draw its view. So such kind of visualizations could be there. They can ask you questions on basics of design. There are concepts of design that we will teach you. For architectural aptitude, they can ask for famous architects and their projects. So that you need to learn, you need to remember. There could be different architectural terms, concepts, like they can ask you questions on building materials. They can ask you questions on architectural vocabulary. So these things are in the aptitude part, but the majority of aptitude is your general aptitude, with questions like they can ask you to draw the mirror image of it, or they can ask you to identify any hidden figure from the scribble or the image that they have provided, or they can ask you to do the surface development, all these different kind of questions. The third part that we have is of drawing. So in your drawing section, there would be two questions, 100 marks. They can ask you to draw a scene, like they can ask you to imagine, to visualize a scene of a balloon seller in a park, and they can want you to draw it. They can ask you to make a composition. So such kind of questions could be there. They can also ask you to have some object, some two-dimensional object, and they can ask you to rotate it 90 degrees and then redraw it. So such kind of questions could be asked in your drawing part. Whereas if we look at NATA, let's start from here. In NATA, we see that there are 125 questions for 200 marks. Now, the problem that we have is that the conducting authority, that is the Council of Architecture, they have not provided the division of these 125 questions. But we know that for the marks, there would be 1 mark, 2 mark, and 3 mark questions. These would be there. Also, what happens is we had certain syllabus till 2019, then the syllabus changed in 2020, and then now it again changed in 2021. So things keep on changing. But still they haven't provided any details. So let's assume that one kind of scenario that we can have is, let's say we can have 75 questions. This side would be questions, this side would be marks of 1 mark. So that would become 75. Then we can have 25 questions of 2 marks. So that will become 50. Then we can have 25 questions of 3 marks. So that will give us 75. So this way, if we calculate them, then we have 125 questions and we have 200 marks. So such kind of division you can expect from in your NATA exam. So now that we have seen the distribution of questions, and for JEE, we also saw the type of questions that could be asked, different categories, and in those categories, what questions could be asked. Now let's look at the questions in NATA. As I also told you that they have changed the system this year also. So now they have 4 different kind of questions. 4 types of questions. One is your MCQ. That is the multiple choice question. Second is MSQ, that is the multiple select question. Then third is your PCQ, that is preferential choice question. This is important because this is what new they have introduced, preferential choice question. In 2020, they referred it as preferential type question. This year, they have changed it to preferential choice question. And the fourth one is NAT, that is numerical answer type. So these are the four types of questions that you can expect in your NATA. Let's look about them in detail. We have the MCQs, then we have the MSQs, then we have the PCQ, the preferential choice question, then we have the NAT, the numerical answer type. So in first MCQ, you all are aware of it, like you will be having a question statement, you will be having 4 options. Out of these, you solve this question, you will get only one correct answer. So let's say the correct answer is C. So C would be your right answer. You would be done with the question. In your multiple select question, multiple select, that means if you have a question statement and you have the 4 options, out of these 4 questions, multiple options could be the right answer. So A could be your right answer, or both A and B could be your right answer. You can have 3, or you can have all of them as your right answer. So this is what happens in the MSQ. Now this new term, that is the preferential choice question, what happens in them is that all the options that are given, they are right. If you think of no option is wrong, but what they want to assess is that your preference, your degree, your intensity, your choice, that preference is based on some logic, and NATA wants to assess that logic. So what they do is, you have some question, you have your options. Now out of these, you can say this A could be the most preferred choice based on some logic. So this would be the right answer. Or they can give you these options and they want you to choose 3 of them, which are the most preferential one. So those could be A, C, D. Such kind of questions could be asked in the PCQ. I have added some certain examples related to PCQ, so we will study about them in detail. The last part is the NAT, that is numerical answer type. What happens in your NAT is that you have certain question. Normally, these are your numericals that you need to solve. So you can think of that the question would be a longer one, 2, 3, and then you have a fill in the blank kind of thing. It's like, imagine you are solving a maths problem in which they can give you some details, the dimensions of a frustum, and they can ask you to calculate its area. Let's suppose that comes out to be 20. So you need to simply fill this value in 20. It's like when you would be giving the exam, you need to type 20 here in the answer. So this is the type of numerical answer type. This was the overview of different kind of questions and what type of questions could be asked in the exam. Now, for giving these exams, there is certain criteria of eligibility that you need to have, and that is, you should have studied physics, chemistry, math with 50% marks in all of them individual and as an aggregate in your 10+2. Now, if you are having a diploma person having a 10+3, then you should have 50% marks, same criteria, and it is compulsory to have maths in your course. This subject is very important. Now, you as an applicant, you can give both exams or you can give Both exams means both attempts of a year, or you can give either one of them. So that's on you. Both or either one we can write. The score that you get is valid for only one session. So it's like if you have given the exam of NATA 2021, so that would be valid for only from 2021 to 2022. So this is another. One thing that NATA mentions is the details on which he wants to assess you. Like, it's not like you cram something and you use all of that in your exam. There are certain qualities which NATA wants to assess related to you. So those qualities which are defined by NATA are your visual perception, your logical reasoning, your critical thinking. These are some of the terms that are defined by NATA, like what they expect to have in the students and what they expect to assess of the students from their exam. There are other things also like your cognitive skills. Now let's look at the syllabus of this exam. What all topics on which you need to focus upon while preparing for them. So for the syllabus, things that are mentioned is your maths, physics, geometry. Now in the syllabus, chemistry was not mentioned, but we'll prepare for some of that part because sometimes questions are asked. So these are, you can say, your technical part. For your aptitude, they can ask you about language and interpretation. They can ask you on questions, visual perception, logical reasoning. So these are the things of your general aptitude. Then in the syllabus, the architectural part is also mentioned. The categories are not given. The categories I have made so that you can understand the syllabus better. So in your architectural part, you can expect the principles and elements of design, concepts related to color theory, your building techniques like the construction techniques, knowledge of materials. So these are the things related to architecture. Now in this, the notification that we get in 2021, as I mentioned that we had something like up to till 2019, then it changed in 2020, then it again changed in 2021. So we are talking about this latest notification. We always keep on updating ourselves as per the latest guidelines. So things new that are added is your GK, that is general knowledge, and current affairs. So these are also some of the topics that you need to prepare for your exams. This is a quick overview of the syllabus. Now that we have seen the syllabus and we have seen the number of questions, the types of questions, their difference. Also, we saw that JEE and NATA, they are kind of similar exams. So what could be the difference between them? We can point out some of the differences. Let's again write them as JEE and NATA. So in NATA, we can expect 3 to 4 questions from physics. NATA gives preference to physics, whereas JEE, you can say rarely asked, rare questions. So you can expect a question like one question, or you might think that no question would be there. In terms of mathematics, because these are the two subjects which students think a lot about, like what kind of questions would be asked from what subject. We will study about all of them in detail. For overview, we can think that maths is easier in NATA, whereas I already explained that maths is hard. Another thing is NATA is completely online, whereas in JEE you have your maths and aptitude as online, and this drawing part that you have, the drawing section, that you need to draw on paper and then you need to submit. This is completely online. In this you need to draw on paper. So here you need to understand that in JEE drawing would be there, but in NATA it would be completely online. But that doesn't mean that drawing won't be there in NATA. You won't be required to draw things on paper, but the concepts would be used in NATA, the concepts related to drawing. It's like, let's take an example of perspectives, that in JEE, they might ask you to draw a 3-point perspective, but in NATA, they won't ask you to draw. They can simply show you an image and they can ask you which perspective is there in the image. Is it a 2-point? Is it a 3-point? So that means though exam is online, but you cannot skip your drawing part. You need to keep the concepts in mind. So this was about the details. Let's look at some of the questions. Remember the PCQ concept, which I told you that we'll discuss some of the questions. So this is preferential choice questions. Let's look at a question. What color will you choose for office workspace? So for this, you can see that all these options that we are having could be applied as a color. There is nothing like wrong, but the concept that we have of the preferential choice questions, this is because they want to check your critical thinking. They want to check your ability to judge. They want to check your design. These are some of the key points that are defined by NATA. Like with the introduction of this kind of questions, what they want to assess. Let's try to understand this from the example. Remember, I told you that in PCQ, all the options are right. All these options are right. You can apply any color for your office workspace. But what NATA wants to assess is that there is a term like color psychology. Now, those students who know what a color psychology is, they can answer it correctly and they can score full marks. But this concept of color psychology is that each color induces some kind of psychological effects. They all leads to some kind of psychology, and therefore understanding that psychology and understanding the use of a space, we can decide on what color should be applied. So let's look at this image. We have some of the colors like the red color, which induces the feeling of excitement, strength, love, energy. We have the green color for nature, healing, freshness, quality. We have the blue color for trust, peace, loyalty, competence. So if you have the knowledge of these colors and the associated color psychology, this is the concept that we teach in one of our classes so that you get familiar with it. So you see that in office, you need trust, you need loyalty, you need competence. So you can see that blue color would be the best choice instead of compared to green for nature, healing, freshness. So this way you need to decide. So someone who have answered blue will get the right answer, will get the marks because of their understanding of color psychology. So this is one kind of question in PCQs. Also for this color psychology, let's see how these things are applied. Like in this image, we can see that office, we use blue color because most productive color is the blue color. For bedroom, we can think of tranquility and health, so green would be preferred. So this way color psychology is used, understood, and then applied. Now this is another perception choice question. Let me zoom in a little bit. So here the question is, how many faces do you see in the picture? Faces are like, you can see this face, you can see the small face, you can see the face in the ear. If you keep on looking, you can find some more faces, like you can see this image. So this way you need to count the number of faces that you can locate. And then there are these options. Let's say someone was able to count 8, someone count 9, some 10, some 5. The right answer is B. So those who choose B, those who are able to count till 9, they will get 17 marks. Those who are able to count only till 8, means they tick A, so they were the close one, they get 12 marks. Those who tick on D for 5, they were able to only find out till D, only 5 faces, still they will get 7 marks. But those who goes beyond 9, that is 10, now 10 faces are not there, so they will not get any marks. So this is one of the type of PCQ questions. Let's look at another one, some more different type. In this, you need to identify 4 most important visual principles in this image. Now, as of now, you might don't know about what these visual principles are, because these are the options that we have: the repetition, radiation, depth, rhythm, hierarchy, order. These are the topics that we teach in the classes, so that once you are familiar with all these terms, you know about all of them, then you can decide, you can identify if these are there in this image or not. Like you can see, if we try to solve it, you can see that repetition is not there, radiation is not there because nothing is. Then for depth, we can say the depth is there because we have certain foreground, then this background. So a depth is what we are feeling in it. Then rhythm is not there, hierarchy is not there. The reason is that you might not able to understand as of now, but we'll explain all these terms in detail. After that, you would be able to solve such questions which NATA or JEE will ask you. And only 4 you need to identify. If we look at the answers given, which are C, F, G, J, L, N. So C, F, G, J, L, N. You have a balance in it. You can even think of symmetry in it. You have a play of foreground and the background. So all these options are correct. So if you choose from these options, then you will get full marks. So this is another type of PCQ question. Now, as we are familiar with these types of questions, and we also see that the pattern is changing. I already explained you, it changed in last 3 years, but we are updated. We keep on updating all the things that these testing authorities gives, all the guidelines. We include them into our teaching methods, into our modules of studies and all those things, so that we can stay ahead. This pattern is changing. Drawing was there, now it's not there. The concepts are there, but the syllabus remains same. So if you leave some of the things like this GK is added or the current affairs are added, otherwise the syllabus remains same. That means you need to study the syllabus in some effective way, so that no matter if the pattern is changing, you can still apply the concepts that are clear to you after the study of syllabus, and you can directly use them to solve the questions. And the third thing which we advocate is practice. Practice a lot. You have the syllabus, we'll teach you the syllabus, we'll look for different patterns, but the practice is most important. You need to do this practice for yourself and with us. Now for this term, with us, the reason for it is, if we look at here, first reason for preparing for JEE and NATA with us is that we have prepared complete course. Which are updated to the latest guidelines. So no matter if the guidelines keep on changing in 2 months or 4 months or after 1 year, we always keep on adding them into our courses. We keep on updating them. So you can always think of like you will stay ahead, you will stay with the course of the exam. Next is you can enroll for both exams like the JEE and NATA, or you can enroll for either of them. Like if you think of only focusing on only one of them, like only JEE, only NATA, so that facility is also available with us. Third, we have like in the above thing, this is what I mentioned, practice, because this is the most important one. It can only save you. The third benefit is that we have latest practice sheets. We have assignments. We have mock tests. So you solve the practice sheets, you do the assignments, you go through all the study material. Then this mock test is very important because these mock tests are designed as per the layout, as per the interface of your exam. As per the interface of exam. That means you will get the real feel of going through an exam. You will get the interface, you will get the questions, how to attempt them, what all is going on the screen. That means while going through these things, while going through the mock test, you are not only preparing for the content of exam, but you are also preparing how to do the exam, how to give this exam. So both kind of practices are there. So these things, the intensive practice sheets, assignments, the study material, mock test, they will help you in preparing for the exams. And the last thing is the schedule of classes. We all know that you guys who are aspirants of JEE and NATA, you also need to tackle with your school hours and the burden that it gives. Therefore, we have planned our classes on weekends. So weekend means only these 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. On these 2 days, we can comfortably cover, like we can have a 2-hour or a 3-hour class. The timing could also suit all of you from 2 to 5 p.m. because all these considerations, all these plannings, not only the study material that we discussed, but also the conduct of classes are as per the best convenience of students. So this way, these things are planned. And last one is 100% topics are covered. We talked about both the exams. we saw the syllabus of the exams, we saw the structure of exams, the questions, the marks. We also saw the divisions of those questions. So all these details are taken care of. All the topics are covered, like 2 new topics are introduced this year. So we have also added them into our course. So this way, I thank all of you and best wishes from my side, and a good luck for your exam and for your preparations. Thank you.